what we're doing is we're solving systems of equations with elimination. We're either going to be adding or subtracting. Just to remind you of the steps, first thing we do is we line up our equal sign. Then we legally line up like terms by either adding or subtracting from both sides. Make sure you don't break any rules here. Then we're going to add or subtract the equations so that one variable disappears. And lastly, we solve. These are the steps. So now let's actually try it with a system of equations. This is actually from our homework. So here's our first one. X plus 2y equals -2. We also have 4x plus 2y equals -17. So I'm going to call this our system, and we'll call this one equation A and equation B. Now you may ask yourself, can we add, first off, are our equal signs lined up? And the answer is yes, our equal signs are lined up. Are the like terms lined up? Yes, the x's are lined up, the y's are lined up, and our constants are lined up. Lastly, we need to ask, can we add these two equations and have a variable disappear? No, that doesn't happen. But if we subtract, the y's will disappear. So we are actually going to be subtracting. Now when we subtract, you have to be careful. X minus 4x is going to be a -3x. 2y minus 2y is 0. My equal signs are lined up. -2 minus -17. Again, minus negative is a plus. -2 plus 17 is actually a 15. And now we can solve this equation. Divide both sides by -3, and we get x equals -5. And now we can plug this back in. The easier equation is equation A. Again, I'm going to write equation A. I'm going to leave out x. I'm going to write parentheses instead of x. Plus 2y equals -2. And now I'm going to substitute in the value of x, which was -5. -5 plus 2y equals -2. Again, we are substituting in there. We're going to add 5 to both sides, and we're going to get 2y equals 3. Divide both sides by 2, and we get y equals 3/2 or 1.5. So our final answer is the ordered pair, -5, comma, 3/2. Circle or box your final answer. Now we can do another problem. This one is going to involve lining up like terms. Remember our notes, when solving systems of equations, we have to line up our equal signs and our like terms. So it's very important that we do that step as well. So let's solve another one of these problems. Again, from the homework. This is our homework sheet. Let's actually try this one. -6x minus 5y equals 20, and -y equals 6x plus 4. Now I hope you see that our like terms are not lined up. First of all, our equal signs are not lined up. Our like terms are not lined up. So why don't we shift this over a little bit? And I like this equation just the way it is, but we're going to have to mess with this second equation. So let's rewrite this first equation. -6x minus 5y equals 20. Now let's leave this minus y on the left side of the equation, and let's leave the 4 on the right side of the equation. But this 6x must move. And how do we move 6x legally? We can subtract 6x from both sides, which will give us a -6x. So our new system is here. And again, are we going to add or subtract? Well, if we were to add these two equations, nothing would cancel out. So we're actually going to subtract. We're actually literally going to subtract this entire equation. -6x minus 6x is 0. -5y minus negative y. Again, minus negative is a plus. Negative 5y plus y is negative 4y. And 20 minus 4 is 16. Divide both sides by a negative 4. Again, this 0 doesn't really mean anything. Divide both sides by a negative 4, and we get y equals negative 4. And now we're going to plug this back in to one of these equations, whichever one looks easy. I'm going to pick equation number 2. So let's pick negative y equals 6x plus 4. This is equation B. And what does y equal? Y equals negative 4. So to solve this, I have a minus negative 4, which becomes a plus 4, equals 6x plus 4. We can subtract 4 from both sides, and we get 0 equals 6x. Divide both sides by 6, and we get 0 equals x. So again, putting these two answers together, our final answer is 0, negative 4.